Hey folks, Craig Ripley here for another edition of Living Off the Slab. And as I'm filming this, it is the last day of February 2015. And as most of you probably know, we've had a pretty rough time up here in the New England area with snowfall. Since the last week in January, all the way through February, we've had like over 90 inches of snow in this area. It's just kept coming and coming and coming. In fact, we have more coming tomorrow night. Hopefully it won't be too much, put us too much over the edge, but as you can imagine, we are just all done with this. We're ready to get back on the road. We're ready to get this stuff melting and start thinking about riding again. But unfortunately, we can't. So I thought, what can I do to kind of keep myself sane during these bad times, other than keep blowing the snow out of my driveway? And so I thought, well, let's have a little bit of fun, and let's talk about a couple of images that have been posted out on Facebook and have been appearing on a few of the motorcycle blogs, and particularly the Victory blogs or Victory forums, about a bike that was spotted out in California riding around. Now, nobody really knows what this is. It appears to be a test bike for some manufacturer, and it appears to be a V-twin bike with a fixed fairing. So naturally, a lot of people thought that, well, this must be a new Victory Vision, or at least the replacement for the Victory Vision, as it's been a rumor that this could be happening for a few years now. Also, though, there's rumors been running around since 2013, when Yamaha dropped the Royal Star Venture from their line, that they would be retooling this bike and reintroducing it to the market. So I think those are the two major options that we have here. It's either going to be a new Victory bike, or it's probably going to be a new Royal Star Venture. So I thought we would take a look at it in more detail and see if we can figure out which one of these bikes it might be. So here are the two images that have been circulating online. These have been cropped so that you can see the bike better. But basically, this is a couple of bikes being ridden down the road that are obviously in the black disguise paint job from some manufacturer who is out road testing these bikes but doesn't want everybody to know exactly what they are. So as I said in my introduction, the two main culprits for identifying this bike are either a new Victory Vision or the replacement for the Vision, or possibly the new Royal Star Venture that Yamaha has been working on for a while. There are some other options. It could be a new Kawasaki Voyager. However, the Voyager's only been out since 2009 and has had a couple of updates. Kawasaki isn't really big on complete redesigns of their bikes. They do more incremental kind of stuff, and there's been no rumor that they're going to be coming out with a new bike. So I doubt that's what it is. Could it be? Sure, but it probably isn't. It seems like most of the rumors online are focusing on, again, a new Victory or maybe a new Yamaha. So first, let's take a look at the Victory Vision, and let's see if we can get any ideas on whether this might be a new Victory model. So pictured here is the current Victory Vision that's available at Victory dealers as of today. You can see that this new bike doesn't have a lot in common with this with the Victory Vision. So it appears that if this is a Victory, that they've just basically scrapped the old model altogether, which some people will be happy with. Personally, I won't be. I love my Vision. But it appears that they've gone as more of a replacement model. They may call it a Vision if it is, but again, it looks more like a complete replacement for this bike, if that is indeed what it is. Now, the two things that make people think that this might be a Victory is, if we zoom in here a little bit, you can see the shift linkage on the bottom of the transmission is very similar to the linkage that is currently being used for Victory bikes. It's not identical, but it is very similar. The second thing is that front floorboard on the bike. You can see that it's big and long, and it appears to be in a similar shape to what is currently being offered on both the Victory Vision and the Victory Cross Country bikes. It's not identical, but again, it's very similar to what is currently being offered. Now, A few other people have noted that the handlebar controls look to be similar to what is offered on the current Victory line, and also that the fork looks to be that it could come off of a current Vision or a current Cross Country. But I don't know. I don't see personally that I can get that much detail off of this photo to tell what kind of controls they're using, or even that fork. I do know that the reflector that's on the fork is not the one that is being offered right now on Victory models or the Indian models either. Polaris uses the same reflectors that are kind of, oblong and round on the ends, and this one is obviously has more of a triangular tip on both of the ends of this reflector. So it doesn't appear that I can tell from these photos whether or not that is a Victory fork or, to be honest with you, any other model of fork. Now, trying to take a look at the engine here is kind of difficult. You can't really tell a whole lot about it other than it appears to be a V-twin, and it appears to have some of the cooling fin design that's on there. Whether or not that means it's air-cooled or not, I don't know. It could just be implemented in the design of the engine, the aesthetics of the engine, and it could be a water-cooled. Both Yamaha and Victory have been reported to be working on, the water-cooled variety for these new bikes, so it's really difficult to tell exactly what it is, at least in my opinion, from these pictures. Now, I guess I should talk here is that the Venture originally came with a V4 engine in it. And the rumors, at least the ones that I've read, is that they're going to be doing away with that, and that a new model, if it does come out, would probably have a V-twin in it, probably coming from something like the Stratoliner, what it already uses. They already have a 113 cubic inch engine in the Stratoliner, so they probably would just use that or some derivation of that engine in their new bike. Alright, now let's take a look a little bit more closely at the Royal Star Ventures. So this picture is the last model that was sold in 2013. Since that time, the bike has not been available for the last 3 model years. So if they're going to be reintroducing it, it's going to be a brand new bike, which it looks like this is. I mean, you can see that there might be some design similarities in there, here and there, but for the most part, if this is a new venture, it is a completely new bike, which I guess we would expect. Alright, so making comparisons between the old Venture and this new bike, first thing I want to take a look at is the rear passenger floorboard. Now, that floorboard is not one that is currently used on any Victory bikes. Victory has quite a different shape than what is currently on the Vision and currently on the Cross Countries. So could they be using something different on this model? Sure, of course they can. However, it happens to look almost identically to the floorboard that is or was available on the 2013 Yamaha Star Venture and what you see on this this Spy bike. The second thing I want to take a look at is the passenger handholds. You can see that the handholds that were on the Venture in 2013 are this huge, big kind of black bar, right? And as you focus in on this test bike, it appears to have the same kind of grab holds that were available on the old Venture. So here's two things that make me think, this is probably a Yamaha, not a Victory. Third thing let's take a look at are the brakes, the front brakes on this test bike. Notice that they are black with silver covers over the 2 pistons that are on the bike, and this is not consistent with anything that Victory or even Indian Polaris is using on their bikes. However, if you take a look at what is available on the Yamaha or the Star Stratoliner, right, it looks almost identical. These look to be almost the identical brakes that are currently available on some of the Yamaha line. Alright, the last thing let's take a look at are those front floorboards, right, the driver floorboards. as we had said, they do kind of look like what's available on the current line of Victory terrain models. However, if we zoom in and we compare them to what's currently available on the Star Stratoliner, they also look very similar to that as well. So based upon the angle here, I don't know that we can tell one way or the other which manufacturer that these might have come from. They look very similar to both, so to me it's kind of a toss-up either way. Okay, so after taking a look at all this, what do I think this is? Well, it's probably pretty clear by now that I think this is probably the new Yamaha/Star Royal Venture that will probably be coming out in the 2016 model year. At least that's my guess. Could I be completely wrong? Could it be a new Victory? Yeah, of course it could. Could it be some other manufacturer that's trying to come up with a new terrain model? Yep, it could be that too. I really don't know. None of us know until they release the bike, or as it gets closer to being released anyway. But right now, my guess is it's the new Royal Star Venture. Alright guys, that's it for now. Check back with me again for a new video, hopefully later on this month, or later on in March, I guess it would be now. But if you like what we're doing, please follow us on Facebook. Please hit that subscribe button. I think we're approaching 1,000 subscribers now, and we need to get that number way up so I can keep doing these videos and keep having fun. Because after all, that's really what it's all about. And to keep myself from going crazy as I have to wait on this snow to melt.